But is something
Pan.
that maybe inspired you almost 20 years ago, do you still get as much out of it, maybe by reading a book or seeing a certain film? Do you still get as much inspiration nowadays from it?
Not in.
Or do you search for different things?
Yeah, I haven't. To be fair, there's nothing that's really grabbed me of late that's been world changing, you know. But collectively, you know, whether it be, for example, the last load of records I bought, 30th anniversary of the first Angel Witch album, which is classic new wave of British heavy metal. Cannibal Corpse record, and then I bought the Batman soundtrack, and they're three completely different things, and nothing groundbreaking there. Batman thing's amazing, but collectively, you know, those. Do you see what I mean? They all sort of build together.
And yeah, what you mentioned before, the music getting a bit saturated right now. Is that something that you've accepted already for some time? That maybe it's impossible to find totally new ways to put things out? Or is it something that you find have a,
Well, I think as long as it works within context of the band and what we do, then we can be original. But I don't think we're going to suddenly invent a whole new genre of music, a whole new classification of sound, because, you know, it's all been done, you know, and genres are blurred and co-populated and, you know.
But when you look maybe now at the age of your daughter, that the music that's coming out now and is presented to teenagers, do you feel maybe sad about how it has changed, or is that something that's?
It's very media based. I think it's all very, you know, Simon Cowell presents. It's because at the moment it's about celebrities, isn't it? It's about you know, those magazines that you pick up for like €1 and that, and it's who's doing what to who and who's going out with who and who's Prince Harry knocked off this time, that sort of thing. Yeah, and because of the internet and that, it's more readily available, and everybody's a little bit more fickle about stuff, which means generally that, you know, that nobody's satisfied. They want everything now and not yesterday. They want it, you know, or tomorrow. They want it right this second. So in that respect, I think if everything is that immediate, it's probably better to go the other way and create something that's going to be timeless.
Is there for you something, or maybe, something that you've decided maybe how far you want to go also with that in that media machine, or do you think that Cradle of Filth is totally aside of it?
You know what? I think we're always sometimes our worst enemies, because you know, if some people are doing that, we'll do the, you know, if somebody gives us a line paper, we'll write the other way. It's just in nature to be like that, and I think that's what keeps us stable with our fan base and with new people. Is the fact that, you know, we don't want to pander to ideas or people's ideas. We want to do things our way.
Yeah, yeah. Also, maybe coming back to the moment you got the first songs in your mailbox, probably. What kind of ideas, lyric-wise, triggered it in you? How do you work with it? Maybe when you start.
Well, it's just it's hard to explain really, but basically I had the foundations for some songs, suggested some ideas to Paul, and then sort of took it from there. The first track I actually had was the first song on the album. It's just the way it turned out. It wasn't intentional. We didn't write everything like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, I think that was the closest song to the previous album, because it was the first one written. And it just, you know, certain feelings in the song just inspire certain ideas. You know, for example, the track Manticore, which is tantamount to its title track, seeing as the album's called The Manticore and Other Horrors, was inspired totally from the song that was being formed and going backward and forward with Paul and Martin, our drummer, who also did the orchestration on the record. And just the vibe of it just conjured up this image that had a bit of otherworldliness, a bit of mythology behind it, and also had a bit of, because the Manticore is a Persian creation and was widely regarded to be cited amongst the Indian provinces, so it had that kind of strangely Eastern vibe to it. Yeah, which obviously prompted the subject matter. Yeah,
on the last record, I think we spoke about the song "Forgive Me, Father, for I Have Sinned," which has more of a personal, also line into it. Is there for this record also something that you wrote that has more of a personal touch to it?
Yeah, there's certainly some songs because I mean, you know, the layman's term for the theme of this album is monsters, whether it's, you know, Lovecraftian entities or mythological beasts or personal demons. And I think, yeah, there's certainly alluding to inner turmoil and like the track Hugonics Wings Behind Despair. It's about overcoming, you know, fear and guilt and doubt and all the sort of black moods and that. So they're very positive songs, you know. It's like exorcisms. With that in mind, there's a lot of personal stuff in there, and I allude to things, you know. So I mean, the Manticore has a lot of different connotations, whether it's a mythological beast or a conglomerate of, because it was often seen as the British Empire. They would say the British Empire used to be the rampant lion. That's how the British Empire saw itself. But to the people it conquered, they saw it as a monster. And this raging lion soon became a chimera, which was the Manticore. You know, something with dragon wings and dragon breath and a female face, which obviously was likened to Queen Victoria, and a sting in its tail. You know, it enslaved people. So works on lots of different levels, really.